everyone! I'm currently working on this new track and want to show you some tricks that I use to spice it up a little using the LoFi Tapestop plugin in creative ways. Let's first listen to the Rhodes loop and load the LoFi Tapestop plugin on the track. With the plugin loaded, let's experiment with the start and stop buttons and see what effects we can create. Nice. That sounds pretty interesting already. To right away keep that as a part of our song, let's record it as an automation in our project. We can simply start the playback a bit before this section, press record, and then perform with the plugin. Great, that worked out well. If you go into automation mode up here and then select Add a line for each automation event, you will see that 2 automation lanes were automatically added. One that shows you when the triggering is happening, so when the buttons are pressed, and one that defines if we are in start or stop mode. Another part of the song where the tape stop could be interesting is on this percussive claves loop up here. We can try to add some pitch down and up effects to make this more interesting and kind of glue it together with the rest of the rhythm. I'll give it a bit of a longer start time and also decrease the stop time so it's shorter. And I'll increase the gain of the track a little bit. So let's have a listen to the result in context. Great, that added just a bit of extra movement to these percussion parts. Let's record the automation for this as well. I'll just press record again and repeat what I just did with the plugin. Now let's also add some variation to the main beat. I'll increase the flux slider to give it a bit more character overall and move the start time to around 25 milliseconds, so it's a super short response. Let's automate the stop button when we hit the end of the bar to change that part up a little. I'll start recording and let's create the automation. Alright, now let's move on to the second part of the song and check out the guitar part that I added here. The one real cool thing about Tapestop is that unlike the classic analog tape machine, we can actually trigger the same start and stop multiple times. So we don't have to stop and start again, we can just trigger restart and have the tape machine restart over and over. This gives us some quick and easy options to get some rhythmic effects going. Let me show you what I mean. The one thing I like to do when automating Tapestop for these high-frequency elements is to add an EQ after the sound, to remove some of the low end that happens from the tape starting up. Cutting these frequencies is always best done in context, when you can hear what exactly you're cutting and you can also see in the spectrum analyzer what's being removed. For the last part of the song, I want to automate a small breakdown in this last bar here before it goes to the main beat again. A really nice use of Tapestop is to insert it on a group or folder track, and it'll affect all tracks that are feeding into that track. So let's do that and add Tapestop to the main group with all our other tracks, and then let's listen to the song without the effect and see if the automation of one bar makes sense. From listening, I feel like a breakdown of one bar would sound awesome. So let's enter the automation mode, select Tapestop here, and then draw in 2 button presses or triggers. I'll add the first one here and the second one here. Now, the last thing we want to do is change to playback mode. So the first button press will be a stop, and then the second one is a start. That should do the trick. Let's now have a listen to the final result. Well, that transition worked really well to give that final beat the moment of anticipation that it needed. That's it for this video. I hope you've learned a few tricks and we've sparked some ideas on how you can use Tapestop in unconventional and creative ways for your next production. If the video was useful to you, leave a thumbs up, like our channel, and subscribe. We have more videos here and coming to show you some great production tricks. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and other social media sites. And of course, if you haven't yet, get a free trial of Tapestop and get started producing your own music using these techniques. See you next time!